Probably not gonna get greedy with Harrison ever again after that. You know, want to draw more cards and whatnot. This is a deck that kind of encourages greed, though. Alright, Hunter.
Let the hunt begin. I must protect.
It's almost Scamaz. If you rearrange the letters, his name is Scamaz. So here we can actually keep Innervate. Obviously we want Communion, but Innervate is just great against Hunter since, you know, you Innervate a taunt and then they can't win. So let's see a Communion. Double Innervate Sylvanas. I would rather this be like a Doctor Boom. Ooh, Nourish. So we could double Innervate Nourish for the mana crystals, go up to 4 mana. I think I'm just gonna wait. Web Spinner. Sure, so this is more mid-range. There's a Druid of the Claw. So we can just Hero Power, Innervate, Nourish for mana crystals the next turn, and then save the last Innervate. We can also like double Innervate Sylvanas, but then that really messes up our curve. I'm just gonna Hero Power. We can also Innervate this next turn. But I kind of like Nourishing for mana crystals, because then we're really far ahead of him on mana. Let's see if we can beat. Sure. It's gonna get Freezing Trap, which will make this worse if we ever want to attack with it. So now we can actually Innervate. I'm just gonna Nourish. It's a better play in the long term. And we also get a Hero Power. And then we can just play Sylvanas, and then can like play a 4-drop and a 5-drop in the same turn off the Innervate. Or if we draw like Cenarius, we can just play that. And our opponent's not doing anything too scary. Companion, not Huffer. It's a little bit scary, but again, it's not Huffer, so we're all good. Ooh, we can Innervate Cenarius next turn, taunt mode. So if we play Sylvanas here, he probably attacks the Scientist into it to give Freezing Trap. If we play this in taunt mode, like this is less mana efficient, but I think better, because if he just sits on this, we get to replay it. There's also the chance if we play this, he just goes face, so we get to kill this or something. He could have Houndmaster. Houndmaster is the only way Druid of the Claw is worse than Sylvanas. Although Sylvanas is actually pretty bad against Houndmaster too. I'm just gonna go with Sylvanas since it's more mana efficient. We'll see what happens. It's also possible this gets like Snake or Explosive, so in that case Sylvanas is better than Druid. Plus we're at 28, so it's better to be mana efficient rather than try to conserve our life total. If you're at like 10, then you're definitely always playing the taunts instead, but... Opponent's going in the tank here, it probably means they don't have a slam play like Houndmaster or something. Maybe they have like a Shredder. I really suspect we're going to Innervate Cenarius. The only thing that could stop us from doing that is if we draw like a 4-drop that we want to Innervate alongside Druid. I think if we draw like Ysera or Dr. Boom, we just wait to play it and play Cenarius instead.
Don't worry, loves. The cavalry's here.
Horse Rider. Face. Alright. So opponent just went face. It's weird that he's playing Web Spinner and like this card in the same deck. This isn't really a mid-range Hunter card. More of an aggressive one, but you know, to each their own. Was gonna play a card and then roped and then didn't. Alright. So, kill this, because it makes the most damage. Let's Innervate this. Opponent can trade. And then we like Freezing Trap Sylvanas, I guess. Or like this in charge mode, but probably Sylvanas. And then we have a 5/8. The only problem with this deck is since we're not playing combo, we don't have as much burst potential, so we have to actually win on board against Hunter faster than they kill us, which can be sometimes awkward against mid-range Hunter, but we'll see what happens. Opponent has a lot of cards in hand, has a lot to think about. I think he's just going to play like a Belcher or Lotheb. Maybe Bow Hero Power. Bow face Hero Power is pretty scary, since he gets the trap too. If he's attacking, it makes sense to attack with the Scientist first. In case he's playing multiple traps, he can check which trap he gets. If he doesn't attack with this first, I think that means he's only playing one kind of trap. But I think he's playing like both Freezing and Snake. And hopefully he gets Snake, because we're not ever motivated to attack his minions. And in the next turn we can Druid and Wrath. So let's see what this is. He wants to attack here too, right? Presumably? Unless it's explosive. Yeah, so he went for the... Wow. So he actually timed out, which is really fortunate for us. Unfortunate for my opponent. Alright, let's check what trap this is. Probably get the Sylvanas bounced. Yep. He gets a bow charge. So my opponent missed 5 damage. So if we ever drop to 5 health, that's because... then we should have lost the game because our opponent missed 5 damage. But I don't think we will. Ooh, that's a good draw. Because we get a Harrison the weapon, we get a taunt more. High main's pretty scary. Oh, sorry. Change the window size a little bit as I was hovering my opponent's hand. I'll fix that while our opponent tanks. Make it full screen again. There we go. Alright, so there's the high main. I was about to say we can just kill it and kill it, but I don't know if we're even motivated to do that. Ugh. Okay, I'm gonna look for a Keeper of the Grove. Because that deals with this very neatly. Nope. There we go. Alright. Boom, 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 face. Alright, so now we're pretty solidly ahead. It doesn't look like we're gonna drop to 5, so our opponent roping a little bit. Didn't end up mattering.
Well fought.
Since he's conceding. Alright. Sweet. Winning record, boys. And we possibly could have won the Patron Warrior game 2 if we didn't misplay, but I think that is a pretty rough matchup. Alright, so that's the deck. It's pretty sweet. Definitely check it out on tempostorm.com. Definitely one of my favorite decks to play in Hearthstone, even though I've been playing it for very long. You know, feel free to comment about changes and stuff like that, either on YouTube or TempoStorm, and check out the full mulligan guide and everything. A few cards I was thinking about putting in that, especially today, made me think about Kel'Thuzad. It's bad to top deck off Communion because they usually just remove it by itself and you don't have a board to work with, but it's really good later. And it is good in a heavy ramp deck. And also a heal bot instead of maybe a Belcher or something, because we do want to gain a lot of health against the more aggressive decks. And Ancient of Wars we're usually using to draw cards, or we discard them, so there's not enough healing. So that was the deck. You know, thanks for watching, and check out the guides and stuff on TempoStorm. See you guys.